The only oh, by the way, the only thing that I still permaban for with like no second chances, and I'll probably never unban you, is if you accuse me of being bad faith. I don't know why you would waste your time in my channel, waste your time typing or talking, waste your time doing anything in my channel. If you think I'm bad faith, don't watch, or at least don't type. Okay. Something tells me Destiny won't delve too deep into this issue. We've done plenty of reading and taken did full lecture series on this fucking topic before. The idea that I'm too scared to dive into this issue is absolutely not true. I'm nowhere near as much of a pussy fucking loser as the audience captured like filth that you listen to that are too scared to say a single fucking thing that goes against the majority of their audiences. Go to your echo chamber, go to your hug box and watch whatever you think you're getting, the uncomfortable truths you're getting from all of your fucking people that you think are so fucking brave because they say exactly what you dipshits and the rest of their audience wants to hear. Go watch them. Holy fuck. I don't do much with the race and IQ thing because intelligence research is really fucking hard. Social factors are really fucking complicated, and there's just not really like much in terms of solid answers there to have a really strong feeling about. There's probably some differences, maybe even as groups between like different capabilities, maybe intelligence, maybe not. I'm not really sure. I don't know. It's a really complicated question. That's why I don't dive much into it. And it's not really worth considering much, at least at the moment where the research is, because it's not like it changes any of the answers that we're having in terms of like social policy or anything like that, or immigration or whatever, or anything like that. If we really wanted to care about things like IQ, if you really wanted to get rid of like low IQ people from society, the first people that you would probably exterminate would be all the people that obsess over race realism, because it tends to be the most obese, the most type 2 diabetic, the most unemployed, the least productive members of society, and the biggest fucking losers that exist in the entirety of the society. Every single person that talks to you about race and IQ is literally 7 like insulin injections away from dying of hyperglycemia. Okay, like it's just not a very interesting topic. The only people that talk about it are people that are obsessed with like the uncomfortable truths, and by uncomfortable they mean literally the most comfortable things they can say in the hug boxes that they exist in. So it's just not a topic that I feel like dedicating like fucking 2 years of more like research into. Okay. About the media. I don't know what to I feel like I'm not in a good mood right now. I think it's examining today. I don't like the double standard of dealing with like subhuman like Republican conservative audiences that have absolutely zero regard for any kind of truth or fact whatsoever. And if you're a fan of Trump, you don't care. You don't care about anything truthful or factful. For those people to levy criticisms about other platforms feeling like they aren't being honest enough, it's like one of the hollowest complaints I think I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm already going to tell I'm going to be fucking irritated as fuck with this stupid fucking article. I can already tell I'm going to be. Why didn't NPR hold itself accountable enough and blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, where's the account for like the 50 billion things that every single conservative platform, like where's the accountability for Fox News, whose like most popular pundit was literally pushing lies about Dominion voting machines? Was there a mea culpa about that? Was there any kind of come to Jesus moment for all? Oh no, there's not, because 70% plus of Republicans still believe the election was stolen, right? Like it's insane. You've got a group full of people who all think that UFOs are real, who are criticizing you because they think that you're using an improper like interpretation of quantum mechanics. Like you've got a whole group of people who deny the existence of like basic fact, telling you that they don't like the particular theory of truth that you're using in like an epistemology class. Like it's like you've got like crippled people in electric wheelchairs telling you that you're walking funny. It's like the most unbelievable. It's so irritating to deal with both sides of this issue. It's so fucking annoying. But I have to admit, if there's one thing I never noticed until I started watching your stream, it was how soft conservatives are. They are triggered so fucking easily. Yeah, of course. Conservatives are literally like, they live in a state of like perpetual fear of every fucking possible thing around them. Keep in mind, like a conservative is a 30-second news blurb away from literally not trusting something in their life that they've relied on for the past 40 fucking years, right? Like a conservative is literally one Truth Social post away from thinking that refrigerators are sold to them by Bill Gates as like portable malaria transporters. Like any conservative at any point in time could completely lose trust in some device or thing or institution or person that they and their entire family's lineage have relied on for the entirety of their existence. Like this is the life that these people lead. But at the end of the day, they will trust a billionaire in New York who has every single incentive to lie to them and every single thing to possibly gain by telling them lies, and they'll never critically question a single thing that Trump will ever say to them. Like, it's unbelievable. Wait, were there any Has anything come out yet about any of those business dealings being corrupt or bad at this point? If you're not conservative, you live in like in a fact-based world. Has anything fact-based, has that ever come out yet? Conservatives don't change the narrative in this article that NPR has become more ideological. I'm sure NPR has become more ideological, but there's two issues at play here. One is that conservatives are legitimately insane. Like, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, like, you would support Hitler. Like, you are that far gone. That's not an exaggeration. I'm not a person that calls everybody a Nazi or fascist, but, like, that's the point that you're at. You don't believe in any of the institutions of this country, including voting, Congress, any of the intelligence. You trust foreign intelligence more than our own. Any conservative that you ask is going to trust a story from RT more than they're going to trust, like, a State Department release. You're probably in favor of Trump. Like, of all the insane shit that he said about suspending the Constitution to look for voter fraud, of overturning state election results, of supporting his goal on January 6th, of illegally tossing the election, like, these are all like fashy. They're not even like, you're like past that. These are like past that. There's just like, there's no excuse. There's no carve outs for like a reasonable person to support this stuff. Like, you're just unhinged. So if you're like a media station and you're trying to report stuff in like a fairly neutral or unbiased way, like, how do you approach that when you've got one group of people who are legitimately deranged? I don't know what that looks like without having the appearance of being biased. Now, of course, I'm sure NPR and a ton of other media have made genuine mistakes, but I feel like even a perfectly fair media reporting on something where the people are trying to be fact-based are going to come off as being incredibly biased because conservatives have completely lost contact with reality. They're gone. They're completely gone. Playing devil's advocate, but how is that a comparison to what Hitler has done? Because Hitler took steps when he was in power in order to remove powers from the parliament and in order to bestow more powers on himself, oftentimes in favor of things like national security or in the fact that he needs centralization of power in order to guide the country or whatever, right? It's the same shit that Trump wants to do, that you guys all support Trump for doing as well. And you would support him, and you have supported him. It's not even like a question. I just don't understand why Trump, though. Why do conservatives trust the most obvious frauds? I think I think conservatives are just mad. They're just like mad at the system, and then Trump is like, listen, I know you're mad, so like follow me. Like, it's literally just that. It's as simple as that, I think. And he's funny. He's got like really, really, really good stage presence. Using your reasons for getting mad at Trump for the classified document scandal. Explain to us why Hillary Clinton shouldn't be prosecuted for her email scandal. When Hillary Clinton got accused of having a private email server, okay, Hillary Clinton met with the FBI and turned over essentially everything, saying, hey, here's my shit, go take a look at everything, and cooperated fully, didn't plead the fifth. I don't know if she got legal representation. Basically did everything at all points in time to cooperate with the FBI. Now, after an order to stay everything on the email server, supposedly it's not Podesta, the guy that was in charge of her servers deleted or wiped some of the server stuff that I think was supposed to be kept by the FBI, or that was ordered to be kept by the FBI. And I think he knew it at the time. I think he did. But when the FBI was doing their research, they couldn't find that there was any evidence that that order was given maliciously. They couldn't find any evidence that Hillary said anything to him to delete it. There was just no evidence of anything. Hold on. So Ben J. VMX, Mr. Hitler supporter, before I ban you, you really think he wiped it on his own authority? What a joke. We live in the United States of America, you fashy fuck. Hang yourself. If you can't prove something is a crime, the burden is on the state to do the proof. Hillary Clinton, as evil as she is, wasn't as much of a fucking retard as your leader, because Hillary Clinton didn't sit in front of reporters and say, hey, by the way, I'm not supposed to have these emails, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. And by the way, this is classified, and I could have declassified it, but I didn't, okay? So is it the fact that Hillary Clinton maybe did break the law? Maybe she did, and she didn't get caught? It's possible. But guess what? In the United States of America, you're innocent until proven guilty, and they couldn't prove anything guilty. However, with your dipshit leader, Trump, one of the stupidest fucking motherfuckers you guys have ever supported for fucking president, and that reflects just as poorly on you. This fucking retard was stupid enough to leave evidence in text messages, phone calls, and on camera in front of fucking reporters. People with cameras and recording devices, okay? That's your fault. Eat shit and die, okay? That is 100% your fault. If you're sitting here thinking like, man, it's bullshit that Trump is getting prosecuted and nobody else, well, there's two things to consider. One, maybe they didn't actually do these crazy fucking things that you guys have successfully thought they've done that no evidence has ever been leaked to them actually doing. Or two, if they did do it, maybe there wasn't enough evidence for the state to actually prosecute, which is how our legal system works and that's how it's supposed to work. Or three, maybe all of the system and all of it is entirely corrupt and rigged against everybody that you don't like, but rigged against everybody that you like, but not against everybody you don't like, even though Trump was president and even though he pardoned all of the fucking criminal fucks that he worked with, and even though they were pardoned and they got out, like, I don't know, bro. You live in an insane fucking world. Like, your world has it doesn't comport with reality. You're insane. You're insane. Find me like one conservative that can admit that Trump did something wrong, and then we can start to talk about the Hillary Clinton email shit. Like, I'm sorry that you need proof to prove somebody guilty of a crime. Or if you think that literally all of it is rigged and all of the FBI and everybody's against something, then why do you even care? Then you shouldn't even you don't deserve to have the conversation. You just shouldn't, because you're too, like, who cares? Anything I say, you're just gonna say, oh, well, they rigged it. Oh, well, they lied. Oh, well, Comey, lifelong Republican? Not really. It's all part of the deep state. Then who cares? Like, you have nothing to say. You're not even worth talking to. You're barely a human being. Christ. So just because there wasn't enough evidence, she gets off scot-free. How is that justice? Because that's how our legal system works. You have to have enough evidence to prove that somebody committed a crime beyond a reasonable doubt in front of a jury of your peers. That's how the U.S. criminal justice system works. If you want to criminally indict somebody and convict them of a crime, you have to make that argument in front of a jury of 12 people. If the state or the federal government feels like they don't have enough evidence to bring a charge that they could get a grand jury indictment on, or that they can get a conviction in court, then they're not going to waste their time. Didn't Biden label Trump supporters a threat to national security? Who are the ones trying to keep people off the ballot? Didn't RFK Jr. successfully sue Biden for censoring him? Didn't Biden label Trump supporters a threat to national... The ones who don't believe in the election, you are a threat to national security. You are. And you're like steps away from needing to be like removed from the fucking country. You're a bigger threat than any illegal immigrant, than any Chinese fucking wanderer, than any fucking Al-Qaeda fucking terrorist, than any 9/11 plane hijacker, or any other motherfucker that you want to keep out of this country. You are a bigger threat to democracy and the idea of what this country even is than any other fucking person that you want to get rid of. Okay? So one, they are. The people that don't believe in the results of elections are the biggest threat to the country at the moment. Number one. And number two, who are the ones trying to keep people off the ballot? Well, for the Trump stuff in Colorado, it was the leadership after the Civil War, because people at the time thought that if you engaged in insurrection against the fucking country, you probably shouldn't hold office again, which is probably pretty fucking reasonable. You've got a problem with that. Maybe Donald Trump should have been cheerleading the fucking protesters on January 6th. It's not that hard not to do. Maybe he shouldn't have concocted an entire fucking scheme to throw out the election results because he wasn't happy with how they turned out. It's not that hard to do. It's pretty easy. It's actually super easy not to engage in or support an insurrection. It's such an easy thing to do. That's why nobody's even talked about this fucking law for the 160 years or whatever, this amendment in its existence. So if Trump doesn't get prosecuted, then you would admit he is smarter than you thought. No, Trump is a fucking retard. He's already being prosecuted. What are you talking about? If he beats the conviction, then he beats the case. I mean, that's how cases go. But assuming he said the things that he did in front of a camera, whether he gets convicted or not, he's a fucking retard. And you're fucking retarded for supporting him. You have to acknowledge that. You have to understand that at the end of the day, that's your fucking retard. If he was a little brother, I could understand the support. But fuck, your president? How embarrassing. How fucking embarrassing to be the living stereotype that every cosmopolitan liberal accused a conservative of being in the 90s. At least you had people like fucking Bush for all his misspeaks. Isn't that guy like a fucking Yale fucking graduate? For all of his misspeaks, for all their problems, at least these people were decently intelligent and could lead a country and knew the three branches of government and could identify that stealth planes weren't actually fucking invisible like Wonder Woman's jet. If Hillary Clinton did plead the fifth during her email investigation, will that change your opinion totally? You use this as one of the reasons for why it's different. I just said that's one of the reasons why it's different. Would it change your opinion totally? No, it wouldn't change my opinion totally because they're two totally different crimes. They're two totally different things. They're not even remotely comparable. I'm just saying that Hillary cooperated fully. Donald Trump obstructed. Donald Trump isn't even being charged with the taking of classified information. He's being charged with obstruction of justice. And then I think it's willful retention of national defense secrets for things that he didn't even have the authority to declassify unilaterally. I can admit that Trump is retarded, but Destiny cannot say anything bad about Biden besides student loans. What are you talking about? I've said plenty of things that I don't like about Biden. You just don't hear any of them because you don't fucking care. What are you talking about? Anything related to forgiving student loans is obviously dumb. I'm not a big fan in general of super protectionist policies. So I'm in favor of more like globalized stuff rather than the protection of local American industries. I think that we should be supporting Ukraine harder than we fucking do, but we don't. I feel like we should... I don't necessarily like minimum wage as like a huge policy at all. I don't think there should be any support behind that. I think there are better ways to combat wage-related problems. Let's see. What else? We could do COVID stuff, but I don't even know how much Biden was like responsible for that. For the most part, otherwise I support. Like I think most of the major legislation was good. I think that the stimulus in general was good. I generally support the foreign policy. I think. Yeah, I mean, I largely align with Biden. There are things I criticize. Oh, I don't stand behind any like anti-gun shit. I think most of the gun shit is a waste of fucking time from politicians. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want me to say? Like, you literally would throat Donald Trump. Give me one thing that give me two. Hold on, who said that? Give me three things that you disagree with Donald Trump on. Where are you? Valhalla. Give me three things that you disagree with Donald Trump on. This is all you can come up with to criticize Biden, LOL. I think he's a good president. Why? What else do you think I should disagree with him on? What else do you think we would disagree on? Biden is a better president. He's a better man. He's a better person. He's a better American, like in every measurable, conceivable way than Donald Trump. So, of course, I'm going to align with him more on almost anything. And politically, we agree more. How about how Biden handled classified documents? If the stuff that came out from the one report that he had stuff that he was showing the book writer in order to write an autobiography or whatever it was true, then he shouldn't have done that either. That's wrong. It may be illegal. I'm not sure what the final result on that was because I didn't read through the entirety of that report. I just read articles on it. But if he did that, that was definitely wrong too. He shouldn't have done that. But it's still not. That isn't even remotely close to what Donald Trump did. So then we should blame his bad lawyers for not giving him good enough legal advice. That's who should be held liable then, because they would be the reason he gets locked up compared to Hillary. No, Donald Trump is being held accountable for his actions, not lawyer advice. None of his lawyers advised him to steal documents from the White House that were classified, to hide them in Mar-a-Lago, to refuse to hand them over to NARA, to refuse to give them to the FBI, to show them to reporters and journalists, to talk about how they were classified, but he didn't declassify them, to talk about how there were secret plans by people like Mark Milley that he didn't want to, that exonerated him from accusations of starting war with Russia. These were actions that Donald Trump did on his own. No lawyer told him to do that. Why can't this fucking guy have responsibility for anything? There's another reason why I don't like you fucking retards. You guys all told me that you support Donald Trump because he's a businessman and run the United States like a business. A CEO can't go on TV. A CEO can't get in front of his employees and make excuses like that. You understand that Donald Trump talks like a frontline employee, like a cash register operator. If you're the owner of a business, could you fucking imagine? Even as a supervisor in a fucking restaurant, I know this, that if my manager came in and told me, hey, why the fuck are all your tables dirty? And I started blaming all my employees, I would probably get demoted or fired. What a retarded fucking thing to say. I know I can't say that to my fucking manager. The tables are dirty. It's my fucking fault because I haven't told my employees to do it. So how the fuck is it that Donald Trump can blame the deep state, can blame the Democrats, can blame the intelligence agencies, can blame the unfair media, can blame the unfair countries that aren't playing nice with him, can blame all the people in NATO, can blame the people around him? Also, how does that not make you wonder? Every single person that's worked with Trump hates him. Every single person. Every single one. Every single one shit talks him. Every ex-employee, every ex-friend, every ex-politician, every single person that was part of his campaigns, that was part of his everybody hates him. None of this gives you pause for a microsecond. Maybe this guy's actually just a piece of shit. Like, on one end, maybe it is literally that the entire Jalumni alien world controlled body is making every single person against him. And then on the other hand, maybe he's actually just kind of like a shit piece of like scum human being. Like, because that kind of explains everything. And you don't even have to invent conspiracies to understand that. If everyone hates him, then why is the support so huge on Twitter then? Makes you think, okay, you're gone. I tried. It demonstrates willingness and capability. It got shot down. I can't. Dude, oh God, fuck. Damn, the conservative mind rot is triggering the fuck out of me. Here is my initial claim. Here's my claim, okay? Hold on. Mercury, okay? You subhuman, illiterate fucking retard. You knuckle-dragging, drooling, okay? Like, needs a $50,000 a year caretaker just to help you clean the shit off your ass after you crawl out of fucking bed in the morning, piece of shit, okay? Let me explain to you my position. Your claim is, it proves that certain elements of the government were willing to do it, but others refused. Key phrase, certain elements. What you just said there is incredibly intelligent. That's called my position, knuckle dragger. My position is, and probably always will be, that there can be people in government that could do bad things. That could be the case. There are going to be those people that could do bad things. That's my position, okay? You Neanderthal. You fucking retard, okay? You are the product of a father raping a fucking toaster, okay? And then you coming out of it in 9 months, all right? That's what you are. That's what this conversation is right now. The claim from the Trumples is not that certain elements of the government could do bad things. The claim from you fucking retards is that the entirety of the government is all together in a massive conspiracy to fuck over the American people. Do you understand the difference in strength between these claims? Do you understand the monumental fucking grand fucking canyons worth of differences, okay? Like the distance between one of your mom's vaginal lips and the other one after a night of working to pay for your fucking health care, okay? That's the difference in the two claims that you're making. I don't know why the fuck you would link me this and go, oh, well, you know, some people in government might want to do some bad things sometimes. Yeah, no fucking shit, Sherlock fucking Holmes. Were you the inspiration for the fucking story? Holy fuck, Detective Dipshit is on the job, shows that some people do bad things sometimes? Yeah, no shit. That's not the strong claim about the deep state. The deep state is an all-encompassing thing that has every single member of government from top to bottom working to destroy the American public. Holy shit. I'm reading this.